make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Katt Williams been warning us for years. If you're a black man in Hollywood and you don't play the puppet game, they'll ice you out. And now, looking back at Malcolm-Jamal Warner's career, it all adds up. He never begged for clout, never sold out for a laugh, and definitely wasn't with that throw on a dress and act like a fool comedy trap they push on black men. Malcolm stood on principle, and that's exactly why they kept him on the sidelines. Not because he lacked talent, but because he refused to dance for him. Now that he's gone, here come the fake tears, with the media and celebs suddenly calling him a legend. Where was all that love before? But where was all that love when he was alive? Where were the shout-outs when Malcolm was grinding, doing solid work on his own terms without begging for validation? This ain't some wild conspiracy talk for clicks. It's a pattern. Katt Williams been calling this out for years, warning how Hollywood tosses you aside the moment you stop playing nice. So let's really unpack it. What Katt's been exposing, what Malcolm actually stood on, and why all this fake love only showed up after the man was gone. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the man we all knew as Theo from The Cosby Show, tragically passed on July 20th, 2025. He was on a peaceful family trip in Limon, Costa Rica, swimming with his 8-year-old daughter when disaster struck. A deadly rip current pulled them under, and this wasn't just bad luck. That beach is notorious for its dangerous waters. And worse, there were no lifeguards on duty that day. Turns out, safety teams had been pulled to other beaches after recent accidents. Total negligence. 2 nearby surfers spotted the chaos. One managed to save Malcolm's daughter, the other paddled out to reach him. But by then, it was already slipping into tragedy. By the time first responders got there, it was too late. They couldn't bring Malcolm back. He died from asphyxia by submersion. The surfer who risked his life to save him rushed to the hospital in critical condition. When the autopsy dropped, it confirmed what many feared. It was a tragic accident. But what made this hit so deep is that Malcolm wasn't just another actor. He was one of the few who never folded. A child star who grew up solid, no scandals, no clown moves, just talent, integrity, and real respect. And now he's gone, just like that. Malcolm wasn't just successful, he was solid on every level. A self-made multimillionaire, Emmy-nominated actor, Grammy-winning musician, respected poet, director, and activist. No scandals, no drama. Married once, no messy breakups, no kids outside the family. A real father, a real man. Rare in this industry. Everyone who worked with him had nothing but love and respect. He moved through life with quiet strength, the type of man who didn't need to flex. But then, out of nowhere, he's gone. 54 years of perfect health, and he dies in a freak accident while on vacation with his family in paradise? His only flaw? Life didn't give him more time, but while he was here, he mastered it. But let's be real, Hollywood ghosted Malcolm while he was still breathing. And now, everything Katt Williams been yelling about, it hits different. Malcolm didn't fall off. He just refused to play the Hollywood game. After The Cosby Show, he could have cashed in big, network deals, goofy sitcoms, slapstick roles. But he said nah. He kept it low-key and intentional. Turned down any role that made black men look like jokes. No dresses, no coonery, no watered-down nonsense. He wanted to stand for something real, and that cost him. Katt been screaming this for years, in interviews, stand-up, and podcasts. They blacklist you if you don't play along. And now, we see it crystal clear. Katt's been real about it. Black entertainers get boxed in, and if you want to make it, you better play your part. Be the clown. Be the loud sidekick. Be the joke. Katt refused. No dresses, no goofy act, no tap dancing for them execs. And what did they do? Labeled him crazy, difficult, unstable, just cause he wouldn't sell his soul. Same thing with Malcolm, talented, sharp, and solid. But since he wouldn't shuck and jive for the cameras, Hollywood benched him. Thing is, Malcolm didn't need them. He was thriving on his own. He launched a podcast, Not All Hood, where he called out the industry for treating black folks like one flat stereotype. Instead of bowing to Hollywood's tired demands, Malcolm chose purpose. He picked projects that uplifted, plays, docs, and films centered on black history, real justice, and education. He wasn't chasing clout, he was pushing truth. Back in 2021, he dropped an op-ed for the Television Academy that cut deep. Malcolm called it out plain. White execs, white writers, white directors, they're the ones controlling black stories on TV. He said it straight. We're allowed through the gate only during the rare moments when the hinges loosen, lightly. That man saw the system for what it was, and he didn't blink. They let black creatives think they got a say, but it's just smoke and mirrors. Even when characters look polished, with big careers and money, the same tired stereotypes keep creeping in. Malcolm wasn't fooled, he called it out. He also didn't bite his tongue when it came to hip-hop. He dragged the industry for pushing misogyny and toxic masculinity, saying the culture needed healing, not more damage. And when that Kendrick versus Drake beef lit up the internet last year, Malcolm didn't ride the hype. He clapped back at how hip-hop only gets mainstream love when it's pushing negativity. He wanted better and said it loud. So when Katt Williams says the industry only lifts you up when they can control you, this right here proves it. Malcolm's gone, and now Hollywood wanna act like he's royalty. Suddenly, it's all love, tributes, long posts, articles calling him a legend and a pioneer. But where was all that energy before? Because he didn't chase clout or play the clown, they ignored him. No major award love, no big platform push. Now, streaming services are name-dropping lost projects, networks running tribute specials, celebs posting tearful stories like they always had his back. Overnight, they made him the safe black icon because now he can't talk back. Now everybody wanna celebrate him, but that's just page 1 of the industry playbook. They don't honor you for being real while you're alive. They wait till it's safe, then flip your image for brand deals, fake woke points, and profit. Katt Williams been calling this scam out. The system only shows love when you fit their narrative, or when you can't clap back no more. So ask yourself, is this real love, or just Hollywood on cleanup duty again?
So even before conception, we were very clear we were having a girl. And I knew that I needed a girl first to kind of ease me into it because I have a pretty good idea of what kind of father I would be. So I needed a girl to kind of, slow me down and warm, soften me up, if you will. So for me, raising my daughter,
Malcolm didn't sell out, and because of that, they benched him. His refusal to play the game made him a threat, not a star in their eyes. But he wasn't just another actor. He was one of the few who stayed grounded, thoughtful, and principled in an industry that rewards the opposite. He chose purpose over fame, and that's why they ignored him, until now. And here's the part they never talk about. Malcolm made it clear, success wasn't worth it if it meant selling your soul. He didn't just avoid the traps, he spoke on them, quietly, boldly, intentionally. He wasn't out here trying to go viral, he was trying to leave something that mattered. That's why so many real ones are speaking up now, because they felt his integrity. He didn't chase attention, he chased meaning. And in a city that runs off ego and fakery, that made him an outsider, not a failure, just someone who wouldn't play the puppet. And that's what Hollywood couldn't handle. Now all these Hollywood folks want to act shocked, like they just realized Malcolm was a genius. But where were those award nominations? Where was the spotlight when he was building real work behind the scenes? He was writing, directing, speaking out, and most of it got no press. No big press runs, no late night interviews. Why? Because he wasn't clickbait, he wasn't messy, he wasn't the type they knew how to market. But now that he's gone, they're scrambling to attach themselves to his name. Like it'll make them look deep, look conscious, look connected. It's not about honoring Malcolm, it's about using him. Let's not get it twisted. This ain't the first time we've seen this either. How many legends get ignored while they're here, just to be turned into hashtags and tribute clips after they die? It's a cycle. They sideline you when you're too real, then turn your legacy into a brand once you can't say no. Malcolm saw it, Katt screamed it, and now we're watching it happen again in real time. They waited till it was safe to call him important. But the real ones knew before the headlines, before the montages, before the fake love posts. You don't need a Hollywood label to be legendary. You just need to move with purpose. And that's what Malcolm did every single day. Malcolm's legacy wasn't made for headlines. It was built for impact. And even though the industry tried to dim his light, the truth still found a way to shine. He didn't leave behind scandals. He left behind standards. He didn't chase relevance. He held the line. And now that he's gone, the world's finally realizing what they overlooked. But let this be a reminder. You don't have to go viral to be valuable. You don't need Hollywood to be historic. Malcolm showed us that living with integrity might not bring the fame, but it brings peace, respect, and something deeper than all their applause. That's real power, and they couldn't take that from him, even in death. Malcolm's death wasn't just a tragedy. It was a wake-up call. It showed how rare it is to see someone walk through Hollywood with real integrity. No masks, no sellout, just truth. But what do you think? Was Malcolm pushed out for not playing the game? And why does it always take death for the industry to show fake love? Sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.